Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I'm riding solo right now because I just went back to the eye doctor and picked up my glasses. What do you think? I tell you what I think. I can see that I'm really old. I can see all them wrinkles and stuff and all them gray hairs I got. But I like the glasses because, wow, I can read the license plates in front of me. And everything just looks so crisp and clear. And they're progressive. So when I look down and I look at my cell phone, wow, I didn't realize it, but I got fingerprints. I can see the fingerprints on my hand. Good Lord. So it's about time. You just got to get used to there's sweet spots in here for everything. So, there's a certain way you want to look through to look at distance and certain spots you want to look at when you got, you're looking at your fingerprints. So you got to get used to those sweet spots and stuff. So it's real good. I can see clearly now because I got eyeglasses on. That's not how the song goes, is it? So I was watching Mike Fisher, Mike Fisher, of course, who you see on Bleacher Report and Twitter, and you can get your wing and burger on at Maverick Grill and things. And he's also on the YouTube. It seems like everybody's on YouTube these days. But he was talking about the 10 questions for the Dallas Cowboys for training camp and stuff. And he said something in there that I hadn't heard anything about. And in fact, he was just kind of like touching on it slightly because he wasn't sure what D-Law was talking about either. But he said that Tank Lawrence had talked about a divided locker room. Say what? I like I said, I had not heard that anywhere whatsoever. Okay? So I'm trying to figure out what that might be. You have divided locker rooms. Like, for example, the Eagles had a divided locker room with, Nick Foles fans because Nick Foles was the only quarterback in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles to win a Super Bowl. You had Donovan McNabb go to one. You had Ron Jaworski go to one. But Nick Foles, Carson Wentz went to one. He didn't play in it. He actually held a book. Let me see if I can do my Carson Wentz impersonation. Oh, let me put a headset on. Headset on, and I got a book. So my Carson Wentz imitation at the Super Bowl. So you had some guys who were Nick Foles fans and wanted Nick Foles, and you had some guys that were Carson Wentz fans. That's a divided locker room. Well, 2019, I could see if he said 2016 could have been a divided one because you had a Tony Romo. You need to have some guys that believe Tony Romo was it's his team, and then you probably had ones that were Dak Prescott. I could see that locker room being divided there in 2016, but I'm trying to understand what he may be talking about divided wise this past year. I don't think it would be the quarterback. I don't think that the people thought that Cooper Rush should be starting over Dak and that you had the Cooper Rush wing of it. The only thing I could think of that could make the Dallas Cowboys locker room divided on would have been the coaching. That you had Jason Garrett fans and you had guys that weren't Jason Garrett fans. And that's the only thing I could see that possibly would have been a division in the locker room. I'm hoping that Mike Fisher goes into and gets in more in depth with Tank Lawrence, or somebody gets more in depth with Tank Lawrence to understand what he's talking about. Now, this all goes to, if you believe in conspiracy theories, this is one of those ones that maybe this actually will fit it. Because I think there were some people on the team that were finally had enough of Jason Garrett. I don't know this for sure. I just felt like this. Some guys love Jason Garrett to death. We hear Dak Prescott love Jason Garrett. But, at some point, you look at it year after year after year where the team's starting to fail. Some guys start losing faith. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of times you don't see coaches past 5 years with the team unless they've been successful. After a while, they start getting stale, especially if you're not winning the big ones. Players start tuning out and thinking, this isn't the guy. Or, you might have a players coach, which is great because then the players get all comfortable, okay? They get comfortable and are able to do whatever they want to, but that sometimes doesn't lead to winning. And then you bring in a polar opposite coach, which is a coach who's a disciplinarian, a guy that puts foot in asses. And some players will say, I like coming in and things just being easy on me. Then you might have some that are like, nah, man, because see, like Troy Aikman, for example. Troy Aikman he loved Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy Johnson didn't take no trash. Crap. You did this, you were on time, you boom, 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 boom. Barry Switzer was, hey, what's up, fellas? Boys will be boys, and just do whatever you want. And that's where some players like that and don't need disciplinarians. Other ones need things to be structured and keep a foot in your ass. So then I'm thinking that maybe this is where we are, that some of the players on the team were not fans of Jason Garrett. We're just tired of it, or maybe felt like, Jason Garrett's a nice guy, but we're not going to win crap with the same stuff that we're doing. We're sick and tired. And you think of, like, let's say Amari Cooper. I want you to think about Amari Cooper, how he was after the Eagle game, where he basically said, I told Dak, let's go with the go route, okay? As opposed to the stop route, because stop route, they keep stop. They know they're squatting on it. They're there every time. I can fake him and go past him, we'll get a touchdown. Okay. They do that, they get a touchdown, they win the game. But then he gets put in the doghouse by Scott Linehan because he didn't do what was followed. And it could be that you have some players who just didn't believe in Jason Garrett, and maybe that's the division. That's the only thing that I can think about right there, where you say divided locker room. I could say maybe Jerry Jones, possibly, but that doesn't usually, the ownership doesn't usually divide the locker room the way a coach would or a quarterback would. And I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts are on that. Do you think that the locker room could have been divided? I know one thing that I do know. When it seemed like Jason Garrett was going to be fired, when it seemed like everything was done, where they said only a deep run is the only thing that would save Jason Garrett's job. The team seemed like they actually played better until it seemed like Jerry Jones started coming up off the foot pedal and saying, we believe in Jason Garrett, we support Jason Garrett, Jason Garrett's the right man for the job, and this, that, and the other. And it seemed like once that happened, because you looked at that Ram game, the Cowboys came out and they played like gangbusters. They were freaking incredible. And then the next week, after, they keep talking about Jason Garrett's the right guy and this, that, and the other, all of a sudden, they go out and they look flat as hell. And it could be one of those things that the team kind of said, if we win, we're not getting rid of Jason Garrett. Hold on a second here. So, the question is it conceivable? Is it? You got it. Lady, you. Is it conceivable that this divided locker room, when it came to playing the Eagles, figured the only way we're going to change what we're doing is by letting go of that victory? Sorry, I ran out of memory on the phone there. Got too many damn videos up in this thing. So the question is, did the Dallas Cowboys, when it came to playing the Eagles, who, to me, they looked flat as hell, after the week before lighting up the Rams with the team that, had a lot to play for, could it be that divided locker room kind of said, you know what, we win this game, make the playoffs, we're going to keep Jason Garrett. The only way we're going to get some change is we change this ourselves by losing. I don't know. But I tell you what, when I go back and I watch that Rams game, you saw that team click on all cylinders. You saw the play calling different. You saw us using play action. You saw players that seemed motivated. And then the following week, as you're watching the Cowboys against your hated rival, it just seemed like Cowboys were going to a funeral. I don't know. What's your thoughts on the reason why the Cowboys, the reason why Tank Lawrence thinks that there was a divided locker room? I think it's got to be Jason Garrett. Put down in the comments what you think it is. I'm Mark Holmes, and wow, I can really see me. I can even see out the rearview mirror through the cell phone and see, wow, this is crazy. I'll see you guys.